Only 45 have joined still yet, and many more to go. Come on, guys. There are only 44. I hope so. All the other might be sleeping, granting the Sunday for sleep. Isn't that? Yeah. Okay. Though even the PUBG was banned, still you people are going with that. Yeah, whatever messages and whatever text you will be receiving in the announcement and LPU touch are provided and given from university's end. So whatever you must believe and work upon that, whatever the message you will be getting in LPU touch and LPU live. Yeah, many of them might be watching IPL as well. But you were joining since past 6 days. I think so. There was the IPL was being held since past 6 days as well. Even yesterday. Even yesterday, many of you have joined. Even yesterday, there was an IPL match. But why is it today I find only 48 people in the room? Come on, join as soon as possible. So we'll be heading to an interesting topic today. And also by an interesting person of the risk. So I'll ask just a simple question to you all. Okay. How did you choose LPO to pursue your BTech? I mean, what portrayed you to join LPU? Come on, give me your answers in the chat box. How did you choose? Why did you choose? For what reason did you choose LPU? Did anyone insist you to join the LPU, or you yourself have explored about LPU through various online platforms and got into LPU? Daya Shankar Patel, I did not get any government college. Okay, Tushar Jain, Practical Labs. Comparing all universities, I thought the investment to overcome percentage LP was good. Companies collaboration, peace in LPU, platform to make our ideas real, faculty referral. That is very crazy. I find referrals for the applications, referrals from for any other, but having don't yourself get into such referrals of your career option. Okay, try to explore that well in advance before getting try to get complete knowledge about what you are doing and what you are going to do well in advance so that you don't get into any false track or any other distractions. Okay, then now let me know that how was your journey in LPU since your first day? Yeah, that's sure. Opportunities and LPU are more, and LPU has got huge infrastructure. Okay, I think so. It's 4 4. Only 53 are in the room. Come on, let's join together. Within a minute or so, we'll be starting the interesting and awesome session of today. try to involve yourself in non-academics activities as well, so that you'll be getting all around exposure to build yourself a strong personality, and that would be very beneficial for you when you'll be heading for the placements. So not only academics, try to concentrate in as many activities as possible in the non-academics as well. Yeah, you are not given many marks, but don't worry about the marks. Try to improve your skills and improvise your skill set. Then, as you will be getting much marks once you will be improving your skill set. Marks doesn't matter until and unless you're having a good skill. I think so. You have been, whenever you were in 10th standard, you will be thinking about scoring good GPA. But that good GPA would doesn't earn salaries for you. You'll be just getting an opportunity to join a good college in your inter. And once you will be getting a good score in the inter, that would be just for an improv, just building a step towards your BTech. But you don't get any earnings and anything with that particular marks. Once you will be completing your BTech, everything matters is your skills. No marks and nothing. Whosoever is having good skill are just recruited. So try to build your skills, try to improve your knowledge, try to build an all-round performance, groom yourself in all together. So once you will be very versed with the PS, then you seem that as very simple and quite easy. As you don't have such initiations in your 10th and inter standards, that might seem to you a bit difficult. But once you do it thoroughly, you'll be enjoying it in your next upcoming semester. So without any hassle, let's get into the today's topic. And today's topic for the session is smartphones and laptops. This topic is going to be projected by one of the humorous, intelligent, and awesome person of the risk coordinate, awesome person of risk. So I here welcome Venkatesh with a huge round of applause through your text. Over to you, Venkatesh.
Thank you, Jeevan. That was a pretty good introduction for me. I think they all know me uh, since 6 days. How many of you know me? Guys, is this voice familiar to you? Okay, hashtag the familiar voice. Thank you. So, as Jeevan discussed today, we are going to discuss on an interesting topic that is smartphones. So, just give me a minute. I'll start sharing my screen. So hope my screen is visible and I'm audible. If yes, please message. Yes, yes. Thank you. So we can go ahead with this topic. Hello everyone. Welcome to day 7 of TechFirst 2.0, organizing by Risk LPU. And do remember our motto: it is learn, implement, and share. So let's start with today's topic: smartphones. Let's start today's topic with a question. So, what is the first question? What is a smartphone? And in simple terms, so I'll tell this: a mobile phone that not only performs cellular functions, calling, messaging, but also functions like typically having a touchscreen interface, internet access, and an operating system capable of running the downloaded apps from Play Store. Isn't it right, guys? Exactly. Yes. So we already used the term smartphone. Let's dedicate a minute for the world's first smartphone. So, what is the world's first smartphone? What is it, guys? Do you know about that world's first smartphone? No, not an iPhone. Yeah, yeah, it's only one result if you click what's the world's first smartphone in Google. Okay, sorry, I mean, yes, Tushar, it's Simon. Yes, in 1994, it's Simon. So here we are having the world's first smartphone. Here's our buddy, our 510 grams world's first smartphone with an LCD display. Yes, IBM made it. Yes, the tech company IBM made the world's first smartphone in 1994. Yes, it is a bit bulky. It is heavyweight. I mean, having 510 grams of weight, but rather cutely named as Simon. So let's talk about the features. It is having complete telephone abilities, phone directory, mail, calculator, calendar, fax, notepad, file manager, sketchpad, and to-do list. These are some pretty interesting features, right? I mean, in 1994. And guess what? Here comes the most interesting thing. All within 1 MB of RAM and ROM. 1 MB of RAM and ROM. Pretty interesting. So let's chat about the world's first smartphone. Okay, we have already dedicated our 1 minute for it. So today, list the most important items of a smartphone that we generally look. Okay, here the first one I have mentioned is brand, but do we really look for a brand? Yes, we do look, but with some other specifications added to it, right? Yes. So these are the 8 things which were listed when it comes to smartphones. So let's filter this with a quick question. Are you ready for this quick question, guys? So what's your pick in these 4 items? Brand, processor, RAM, or camera? Yes, yes. Okay. Yeah, I have seen many answers. Yes, I can see many answers. So the majority goes with the processor. Yes, the majority goes with processor. Yes, apart from brand, everything matters. I mean, if it is having the best specifications, apart from brand, everything matters for us. But today, we are going to discuss some interesting things about the processor, which you already told. So I'm going with processor. Coming to the processor, what is a processor? Let's start with getting a basic understanding of smartphone processors. A processor is directly responsible for the performance of a smartphone. Yes, it's true. The experience of anything you do on phone, starting from opening apps, browsing the internet, playing movies or games, everything, each and everything depends on the processor. Yes, it do depends on some other things, but the thing which we have to blame is the processor. So I'm serious. Yeah, the better the processor, smoother and lag free the experience with these tasks. A processor also carries a modules. I mean, there are some different modules in processors that supports different hardware and other features of the smartphone. Yes, these modules include camera, Wi-Fi, display, audio. Here you can see Wi-Fi module. This is audio module. This Spectra is camera module. There are different types of modules which supports the latest features which are having in the market. Only high-end processor will support the latest features in the market. Yes, I hope you agree with me. Yes, still low RAM will become a bottleneck. Yes, still there are phones with 2 GB RAM, guys. We are still having phones with 2 GB RAM, but we are not going to buy those. We are aiming for better smartphones for our use. Sometimes my voice breaking. Sorry for that. Actually, in my state it is raining. I think I'm having some technical issues. Please reconnect. Okay, 1 minute. Give me a minute, guys. Sorry, guys. Am I audible? Am I audible now? Am I audible? Yes, yes. Okay, thank you. Just a minute. Sorry for the trouble. As I said, there are heavy rains. Sorry for the trouble. Yes, here you can see different types of modules. Now, let me give you an example. Okay, here there are two mobile phones. One is having a 64 megapixel mobile phone, and other is having a 48 megapixel camera. Okay, one is having a 64 megapixel, and the other is having a 48 megapixel. Now, there might be a possibility that 48 megapixel can be fixed to 64 megapixel, but there isn't any chance that a 64 megapixel can be fixed to 48, because the processor will not support the 64 megapixel. Its highest feature is 48 megapixel. Yes, this is the one of the fact that when it comes to these budget and mid-range phones, there might be a possibility, and I'm again saying that there might be a possibility. So why will we change the camera modules, right? We'll definitely check for the camera before only, and we'll buy according to our needs. So, and I want to show you a clear-cut picture that you will get a clarity. Here, as I discussed, this Spectra is camera modules. So here you can see in the specifications that up to 48 megapixels. So the processor will support up to 48 megapixel. Are you getting it, guys? Any response? Yes. So do you understand the example I gave? Yeah, the processor should support the features which we are having in a smartphone. And coming to the processors, there are a lot of processors in the market. So let's discuss about the processors. And obviously, we'll have Apple Silicon Bionic chips. Of course, Apple uses these chips, and only in Apple electronic devices features these chipsets. And until now, Apple chips are one of the most powerful chips in the world. And the next one is Qualcomm Snapdragon, one of the famous and most used processor in Android smartphones. Yes, it is one of the most used smartphone, I mean processor in the smartphones, Android smartphones especially. And the third one is High Silicon, or you can say Kirin. How many of you know Kirin processors? It's those are pretty good processors, but they will be featured in some brands called Huawei and Honor mobiles. Yes, those are pretty good processors when it comes to gaming and all. And the fourth one is MediaTek processor. So this MediaTek processor is a competitor for Qualcomm Snapdragon when it comes to budget and mid-range smartphones. It definitely gives a neck-to-neck fight. Yes, it gives a promising performance too. And the fifth one is Samsung Exynos, which again mostly features in Samsung mobiles. Samsung has been using these Exynos chipsets in their own manufactured mobile phones, and that gives them increase in profit margins. Yes, if they use their own processors, then they will definitely get benefits. And yes, it is a competitive market in mobile phones, and it's a good strategy. And now I'll be giving you a brief idea about processors. I'll be giving you a brief idea about processors in mobile phone. For examining a smartphone processor, there are mainly four types. I mean, four modules or four things which we have to look into. The first one is architecture, the second one is technology, the third one is cores, and the fourth one is frequency. So let's start with the first one, that is architecture. Here there is a tagline that what does a building need? Guys, what does a building need? What does a building need? Actually, I think it needs a design. Yes, it needs design. Its architecture plays an important role, and this design is done by a company called ARM, Advanced Risk Machines. We use the design of ARM Cortex A series in our Android mobile phones. In the maximum number of Android mobile phones, we use ARM Cortex processor. So until last year also, even Apple mobiles used ARM Cortex. Yes, this advanced risk machines uses manufactures the design of the smartphone processors and gives them to processor companies like Snapdragon, Kirin, and etc. So this risk, I mean, there's a term called risk machines. Na? What is risk? Risk or reduced instruction set computing. It is the base on which the ARM design stands. I mean, RISC is a microprocessor architecture. I mean, the process architecture that uses very small and highly optimized set of instructions that it is going to be performed. Yes, when we are having some optimized sets of rules and instructions, obviously we are going to perform better. And here there are a lot of figures that Cortex A78, A77, A76. So we usually have A55 and A57 in our mid-range smartphones, and A76 and A77 have been recently used in flagship mobiles of 2020, and Cortex A78 is safely secured for the flagships which are going to come in 2021. And the next one is technology. So here there is a tagline that I don't want to be big. Yes, guys, obviously when it is going to reduce in size, we'll definitely say the technology has been very improved. Yes, the technology which we use in processors is transistors. Transistors are tiny semiconductor devices which can be used as switches or amplifiers. The number of transistors in a processor tends to determine the processing power. The width of them is usually measured in nanometers in the present market. Usually there are a lot big in previous times, but now in the present market, the width of them is measured in nanometers. And yes, the rule applies here. The lesser the width, the more accuracy in processing. You might be wondering that what will transistors do in this processor? Basically, these transistors do different functions. Some provide amplification of signal of your phone, some receives the instructions which you give, and some do the computing functions such as voice signal processing or digital camera image processing, such types of things. So here we have these two chips. Yes, can you look at these two chips? One is A13 and the other one is Snapdragon 865. So one is Apple's chip and other one is Android's chip. So we can count the transistors in this, right? So what is the estimation, guys? How many transistors are you thinking that those are in A13 chip? Come on, give me a number. Billions? 3 to 4 billion? Yes. Guys, I honestly didn't expect this answer from you. Actually, I think we can count, but yes, you have given the answer, I mean, in billions. And Apple claimed that it is going to use 8.5 billion transistors in in the processor chip. Yes, 8.5 billion. Whoa, yes, it's 8.5 billion means we. Sorry guys, we definitely can't count 8.5 billions. Yes, the 8.5 billion transistors are being used in Apple's chip. So let's see. I mean, it's a very big number, right? 8.5 billions means it's a very big number. So Qualcomm 865 chipset. How many are you expecting in Qualcomm 865? Qualcomm claimed that it is using 10 billion. Yes, 10.3. Yes, 10 billion. Yes, tech build. I'm going to discuss about that. Definitely, I'm going to discuss about the thermal issues and 10 billion transistors, guys. Do you want to see the number? This is the number of 10 billion. Pretty big. Yes, it's pretty big. So, reading this technology, uh, I saw a graph in my mind. I mean, do you guys agree with this quotation? A picture is worth a thousand words. Then I reminded a picture, a graph which is drawn by a man in 1965. He is none other than Gordon E. Moore, the co-founder of Intel, who stated that the number of transistors on a microchip doubles about every 2 years. This is pretty interesting, guys. A man drawn a graph and stated a statement in 1965, and that is being applied since 2020. Yes, he stated that the number of transistors on microchip doubles every 2 years. Yes, previously we are having 14 nanometer technology and then 10 nanometer technology, now 7 nanometer technology. And in 2021, we are definitely going to witness 5 nanometer technology of transistors. So, yes, Moore's law is going somewhere. Yeah, Gordon E. Moore did a great job on stating this statement. I find this particular law very, very interesting. And let's take a look at course, the third one. Okay. Likewise, the more the power and processor, the more stuff we can do in the device. Yes. Each core has a set of amount of potential power in it so that it can perform tasks. A core is an element of processor that implements and executes the tasks. So here it is already written, the more cores, the faster response. Is that it? The more cores, the faster response. Why? Because it communicates through various channels. Suppose if we are having a hand and we have to do a task, so we can do one task simply with one hand. But if we have to do three, four tasks with one channel, I mean one hand, we can't. But what if there are two, three channels? What if there are two, three cores added to it? Yes, multitasking comes into the picture. So let's evaluate the cores which we are having currently in the market. So this is a single core smartphone and it processes the things single-handedly. So it is having a 20% efficiency. And coming to the dual core, it can share the workload and balance the task, but battery issues may arise. So it is having a 35% efficiency. Now, quad core processors and hexa core processors comes into the picture. These are well balanced and sufficient for the common usage, and all the things which we do, we can do in this. And the battery consumption is pretty less, and that is pretty good coming to the quad core and hexa core. So it is having a 50% of efficiency. Now, there are some people who are experts in multitasking. They'll definitely do multitasking when they woke up. They are gamers, they are multimedia people. They do lot of things in the smartphone. Okay, actually we do lot of things, but here comes the octa-core into the picture, which can easily handle these tasks. So it is having 70% efficiency. So nothing is having 100% efficiency. Yes, we have to cover from all the sides in order to obtain 100% efficiency. So now this is a single core. It is handling the things single-handedly. Here comes into the picture the multitasking king octa-core. They can definitely have help. Why not? They should have help. The course, there are different channels. This provides some smoother experience for us. And coming to the fourth one, it is frequency. So for this topic, guys, let's dive into physics. So the frequency is number of occurrences of repeating event per unit of time. For a millisecond of time, if there are 100 frequency waves, then it is a high frequency wave. And for the same 1 millisecond, if there are very less frequencies, then it is a low frequency wave. So this is a physical, I mean, definition of frequency in physics. F is inversely proportional to time. But coming to into the smartphones, you definitely heard the name called clock speed. Yes, processors are also defined by their clock speeds, which is mentioned in gigahertz. This often refers to the speeds at which each of the cores can perform tasks. I mean, there will be a course and there will be a clock speed for that particular core. Here, there is a gigahertz mentioned. So, what is 1 gigahertz? It means 1 billion of instructions per second. Yes, guys, 1 billion of instructions per second is called as 1 gigahertz. So, the general rule, higher the number, the better the performance. However, you might find multiple gigahertz numbers for multiple core process. So, is there any case such that you are buying a 8 core processor and you saw 4 cores as 2.3 gigahertz or 2.8 gigahertz and other 4 processors as 1.8 gigahertz? Did you saw any those types of differences coming to these gigahertz part? TechBuild said no, but there are differences. That's because the most, I mean, there is some feedback. As TechBuild said, there are some heating issues. So the manufacturers tried to create a balance between power and efficiency. And also, I have mentioned the battery draining issue due to multiple cores. Here, let's take an example and see how the processor company sorted out the issue. Here, there are this is a 8 core processor. There are 4 cores here and there are 4 cores here. This 4 cores is having a 2.8 gigahertz speed, which gives 25 to 30% performance uplift, and which are also known as performance cores. Here, if you observe this, guys, there is performance cores written. Sorry for the image. And here there are some processors having, I mean, there are 4 cores having 1.8 gigahertz, which gives 15% of performance lift. Those are the efficiency cores. Really, guys, if we are gaming, then we will be using the 2.8 gigahertz cores. And if we are using some browsing the internet or just scrolling the Insta and Facebook, then we can have 1.8 gigahertz cores, right? Why would we need 2.8 gigahertz for swiping or for reading the feed? Yes, increases the, I mean, increasing in the frequency definitely increases the power consumption. That's why these brands created a balance between the performance cores and efficiency cores. Here you can clearly see in this image. So sometimes we have to divide for the best possible output. And roger that, it's done in here. Of course, a good processor is not the only reason to get a smartphone, but it always helps to be able to determine which one you need and which one you does not need. So here we are having a video of what we say dissection of a mobile. And obviously, guys, this is a YouTube video, and please do not comment that this is a YouTube video. As I said, we are having a lot of open sources and we have to use them. So we, just give me a minute. Mr. Jeevan, can I continue with this 3-minute video, or shall I conclude this?
Yeah, Venkatesh, you can carry on with that.
Okay, thank you. Yes, guys, I got permission, guys. Yes, I can see, you can see the video. But do not worry, guys. I'll provide the link in WhatsApp groups also, or I will provide this link in meeting also. Sorry, the background music is not good. Yes, guys. Here we can see the dissection of mobile phone. We have a fingerprint sensor, speakers, and back camera module. This is camera module, guys. There are different types of sensors, magnets, lenses in camera module. And coming to the speaker. So nowadays we are having a lot of technologies called stereo speakers. So we are having stereo speakers means both upside and downside of a smartphone. We are having speakers. How he animated that, I don't know, bro. Video frame per second is very slow. Sorry for the trouble, guys, but do not worry about this video. I think we learned a lot today. Yes, I mean, is my presentation good? So we learned that in what perspective we have to look into a smartphone. Yes, we learned what is the technology in it. So I think we learned something. So thank you, guys. Thank you everyone for listening to my presentation. I hope that I didn't get you bored. Thank you so much. Thank you, Team Risk, Risk LPU, for giving me this wonderful opportunity so that I can interact with my fellow juniors. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Venkatesh, the presentation was very informative. I hope all the students might have enjoyed a lot thoroughly. And the presentation, PPT, the emojis you have used, and the flow which you have carried out was really wonderful. So, guys, are you ready for the second topic of today?
Yes, Jeevan. Before we proceed to the second topic, I have a short question on the presentation that has been carried till now.
Yeah,
So, are
yeah,
you guys
you can carry.
interested to answer my question? Okay. Name one thing, only one and only one thing that you should look at when you are buying a smartphone. Only one thing. You have gone through the PPT, you have seen a lot of things. Tell me one thing that you should look at while buying a smartphone. Yes. I could see a lot of answers mainly moving around processor, RAM, and price budget. But let me say, you should look at what your need is. Then you can look at all these things which can fulfill your need. So you should keep in mind whether you are purchasing any kind of gadget in electronics. This is the far and foremost thing that you should look at. How much and how should I would be using to it. For suppose if you buy yes, that's requirement. If you buy anything and you are not using it towards its fullest potential, and you are not and it's not useful for you to buy such large thing. If you need a component of 50 rupees and you can do your work well, then you should go with it. Neither need to spend 500 on it, or don't need to save money by buying a cheaper product so that it won't perform better as you think. So this is one thing I would like to say. In the world of electronics, you need to first look at the requirement and then look at what are the specifications that could support your requirements. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Jitin, for adding a wonderful point. Uh, this gives meaning to my presentation, guys. Yes, we have to definitely see what is our need. So we can proceed further. So brand,
Yeah, Venkatesh.
yes. Thank you, Jivan. Over to you.
Yeah, Venkatesh. So I hope, guys, we are heading for the second session of today's, wherein you could give life to your imagination and implement it virtually. on the software, and that software is Fusion 360, which is going to be demonstrated by Hrithik Verma. So over to you, Hrithik Verma.
So before I show you the software, I want you to show something very very interesting. Are you excited? I want to show you a robot which will interact with you. Are you excited? Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. So this is a Noah robot. Now robot. Okay. Now see, I have made this simulation in a software known as Choreographer. Now this will talk to you.
Hello. I am Noah Robot.
Are you able to hear the voice?
Will you be my friend? Please. So friends, shake hands.
So did you see the robot? How was it? Will you be his friend? There are many things such interesting I have for you. I having many simulation, many things, patents, and many more things. But for now, even if you want, I can share. In all the things that today I am going to show you, I have learned everything from the internet, YouTube only YouTube. Those are free of cost available to you. Softwares, everything. So uh, I have seen one thing that people talks a lot about how risk help us in filing a patent. So I want to share one of my story. So Bharat Bhaiya has an idea. He had an idea to make a car in which will have a automatic sanitization system, and it will kill the coronavirus. Even so, then he said me that can I create a simulation? Can I create an animation for that? So today I am going to show you that, and the patent is already filed, and it was free of cost. Means patent we all filed. I mean, seven all were risk student, and I was working in design. They were working in electronics and everything, and LPU helped us a lot in that patent filing a patent. We filed it for free of cost, means all the price was paid by LPU. You can imagine. Now you can imagine what risk LPU can do for you. So I am going to show you that. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, now my screen is visible, I think. My screen is visible, so I am going to show you that. Okay, just a second. I'm playing it from the starting. Now see, this is a car and it has a camera. It will recognize if there is no human in that car, and there is shield which will divide a person from the other person, means from front person from the back person, and it will be automatically sanitizing the entire back seat using UV rays. Now camera recognizes no human. Okay, now this UV rays will come. Now camera sees no human. Now UV rays, did you see this UV rays? These are coming and these are going to clean all the virus, anything. It can clean many other types of virus, not only corona. A complete sanitization system. When there is no human found inside the car, it will automatically work. So how was it? What do you think? And it was, I want to give the credit for the idea to Bharat Bhaiya. It was his idea, completely his idea. Now you can see what actually risk help you can do, and it's not one man project. Okay, it was Bharat Bhaiya's idea. I was working on designing part and animation part, and other bhaiyas was working on the electronic part of it, and we combinedly make this project. And and it was published on a what I say, a public site, means a government site. You can imagine how LPU help us and how much value we have. So not just this.
So Ritik, show the write up of the patent also, so that they could see what actually inside it.
What the right?
Write up. Do you have the write up of it?
Okay, I don't think I have right of.
No, don't. No issues. No.
Don't worry, if you want, I can show you later on. But right now, even I will show you many more things. Okay. So are you excited?
Jitin, sorry, Jitin, I guess explain the full idea to them. It will be interesting for them, I guess.
Yes,
Jitin,
if Jitin Bhaiya can
Jitin,
explain.
yeah,
No, no. The here I'm having a lot of hassles, so it won't be clear for everybody to listen my voice.
yeah, fine, fine. The same thing, same issue with me, so that's why fine.
Okay, but the idea, I think you got the idea. Means it was very simple idea that using UV rays we are going to clean the any of the system, car, anything. It can be used, and we have just divided the parts. Means we have divided a front and back seat. Okay, and this is how we file the patents. Means that this is not just one. Recently, around 7 or 8 patents were filed by many of the risk student. Okay, so one more thing, I have very exciting things for you. So I have got a question. Just a second. Oh, where is the question? Just a second. Just a second. Am I audible? Just a second. There was some technical issue. Just a second. Okay. So even some were asking in which software. You remember the software that I've shown you, the Fusion 360? How many of you actually downloaded that software? It's completely free. I got some questions from 2 3 students and that how to download. I shared with them. So actually, what we are checking over here, we are checking your interest. We are checking the interest. How you are interested in softwares, how you are interested in projects. That is what we are checking. So one more thing, I will share one more interesting thing with you. I have made a many more simulation, robotic simulation, particularly robotic simulation. You might have even heard of ROS, robotics operating system. Before ROS come into the industry, a software which is highly used called as VRAP. In that, I have made many more simulations, and in that, everything you need to know, right from mechanical, then comes electronics, then programming. You need to know all the 3 steps. You can't just be good in one step and you can make those simulation. So I'm going to show you that. Just wait a second. I will share my screen. Okay. This one you have already seen. I will show you the other ones. Okay. I made a simulation in which that software will write my name. Okay. Look. This is a simulation made in VRAP software. You can even Google. Even there are many YouTube video I can share if you are interested. Then only. Okay, then this is so see. This is a drone simulation. Keep seeing. I have many more simulation. I've worked all this. I've learned all these things from YouTube only. Just YouTube, and some good robotics knowledge. And this is mobile robotics. And the right hand side you can see it is making the map. While moving, it can make the map. See on the right hand side you can see the map. You might be knowing SLAM. This is a kind of SLAM only. SLAM. You can Google it. What is SLAM? And this is a pick and place robot. It only picks the green color boxes. You see, these are very advanced. This needs the knowledge of everything, and this is one universal robot. So the idea is that there are many things that is free of cost available in the internet. Many things. Many things are there that is very free of cost available in the internet. There are many things, YouTube. Even I have some of the courses that are freely available, and even you get the certificate for that. Many things are such like that. Many things are there in an internet. And when I talk about robotics now, it is not just one branch. It is a combination. You entirely learn all the engineerings. means it's complete everything. Okay, are you asking the name? Somebody ask. If you're asking the name, even I will share. Don't worry, I will share in the chat group. I right now I will share all the links, because it's not possible to teach you in 25 minutes the learning that I've gained in last 3 months. I was doing all this thing in this lockdown only. I entirely learned this software in lockdown only. If you want to contact me, there is a WhatsApp number of mine there in the group. You can check. My name is Ritik Verma. Okay. So the basic idea is that everything is there. You need to search and you need to Google. You will get a lot of things, many more things. And when I talk, as I already said, this is what we work in risk. Means we entirely show you the things that you can do. Will excite you, and now we'll share the videos. Now we'll share the information. You have to search it. Now you can ask what you want, how it is done. I'm getting stuck in this point. Now you can ask. That is what we do. Means you have to follow the things that we all share with you. You have to follow those things, and then you can ask your doubt. Okay, you are getting the idea what I'm saying. I will definitely share, don't worry. I will share lots of YouTube videos. It depend on your interest level. If you want, I will share many more in talk about Fusion 360, or the presently I shown you some robots. I can share everything with you. Those are all there in the YouTube. All things are there. Even I can share my project. Means you can refer those how those are being built. There are many more things, and it's just not me doing such thing in risk. There are many more people doing such things. Okay. So I hand over to Jivan. Now you can speak. And if you are excited, then I will share many more things. You can contact me in WhatsApp. Everywhere I am always available for you guys. Okay. So I now hand over to Jivant.
Yeah, Hitik, that was a super cool presentation of yours, providing all the information to the students who are really awaited to improve their skill set and implementing their ideas. So you have, since past 6 days we have been meeting, we have been interacting, and we have been gaining a knowledge. So I need your responses right now in the chat box. So what do you think risk is all about? Come on, guys, shoot your messages in the chat box. Ankit Kumar, yeah, risk is an
I
innovation.
feel if somebody could turn up their microphone and speak for a minute or so, if they are really interested talking about risk.
Yeah, come on,
Risk,
guys, take up the charge. Yeah, going.
uh, according to me, risk is all about innovation. Uh, it's full of like we all are allowed to imagine, and what we have learned, implement and share as per the motto. So it's all about innovation and create what you have learned.
That's right, and a lot more. Anybody? Anybody else is interested?
Yes, yes, Jivan bhai. Yeah,
Yes,
risk
yes,
is a
speak.
place where we can, risk is a place where we can prove ourselves and our dreams come true. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, okay.
Come on, guys, we wish to have many more responses from your end. Then that would be even building your confidence, improving your communication skills, clearing out all your fears, stage fear. You have to step up ahead when you will be joining in risk as well. Okay, Rishabh Raj, keep going.
Yeah, I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible, yes.
Yeah, I think risk is all about stepping out of your boundaries, exploring new things, being creative, innovative, and how learn to implement all those things.
Cool. Okay, now I'll ask another
and
question. Okay, Ankit,
and
keep going.
and also it is a place where you can come out of your core branch and you can interact with others, learn from them, and make something with a combined knowledge, and it helps you learn even more of what you have choose.
Yeah, cool. Very
Actually,
pretty good answer.
risk is a way to a future. Actually,
Okay, Devan. Okay, let me ask another question. Now you have been watching all the interactions and gaining your knowledge. Now say me, why do you wish to join Risk? How many of you wish to join, and why do you wish to join Risk?
this could be in a comment section so that we could see the messages afterwards as well.
We wish to join this in order to gain the information and also share it to so that we can practically implement it.
And I wish to join Risk because I know that there are many innovative minds there, and I also want to learn the things very quickly. And I have many ideas, but I don't know much about them. So it will help me learn the things very quickly and actually implementing and making things. And it is going to be a great journey.
A good initiation from Ankit Kumar. Now I'll share a few of my experiences about the work culture up in Risk and how you are going to implement your projects. So initially in my first year, after getting into Risk, we over in Risk, we engage ourselves into the project, though it is a matter of a single project or it may be the project made by the elders. All over in Risk, when you are entering into the Risk, there each and everyone are all equalized with your knowledge or equal, wherein you will be doing all the projects, engaging yourself into it. If I propose a one project, then it requires different aspects of people engaging into that. Different people of different domain might be involving, one from the mechanical, one from the CSC, one from the electrical. So if there is any project introduced or any project built by one particular person, it is not only restricted to that particular person, but we all engage and share each and everyone's knowledge. And Risk would not only improve the technical knowledge, but just take an example of this event where we engaged ourselves into technical, we improved in communication, we improved ourselves in management. So you don't completely rely yourself upon technical. It will boost, it will improvise all the other aspects and skills which are very essential for your upcoming endeavors. So this was a very great journey with your guys, and we wish to keep this momentum going further also. And and we that was a very great, and you have been providing all your patience, listening to each and everything carefully. And I hope you keep implementing this in your upcoming future. And I wish a great future ahead for you. All the best. Stay safe. Stay home. Thank you, guys.
Uh,
Yeah, Venkatesh, if you wish to
thank,
speak, go ahead.
thank you so much, Jivan. That was some pretty good hosting by you today, actually. Yes, guys, we'll share the attendance form in very soon. We'll share the attendance form. Okay, there's a small announcement to be made by me. So today, this is the last day of this very workshop, TechFirst 2.0. We have completed the 7 days of the journey of TechFirst 2.0. There are some great presentations, great interactions. Yeah, you guys have made this event very special. Why 2.0?
Anand Biju, actually, I discussed this in first day of the workshop that in last year we have made Tech First 1.0. I mean, that is the Tech First first workshop, and this is the successor of that event. So Tech First 2.0, and next year we may have Tech First 3.0. But yes, guys, it's been a pleasure that we have interacted with you. We are second year students, third year students. Yes, we are your seniors and you are our juniors, and it's been a pleasure that we are having this type of wonderful and young minds. Yes, you know a lot of things, but you are thinking that I don't know anything, that my paper flights also don't fly. But don't think like that. You can excel yourself in any field with practice, and we are having a lot of open sources. And we engineers thing to do is searching and gaining the knowledge online. And the announcement that I wanted to tell you is we are having a attendance criteria for the next step of this recruitment process. So do not worry about that, guys. Simply, if you are having more than 2 days of attendance, you are going to come into the second. I mean, for the procedure of process. So I think each and everyone has 2 days of attendance. So do not worry about that. You will get the mail of tomorrow's interaction. Actually, by today, this workshop is going to end. By tomorrow, we are going to have an interaction, and we are going to update you about further proceedings and about the recruitment process. So do not worry about that. Today night or by tomorrow morning, early morning, you will get your mails of meeting link. So do join through that link. That is your personal link. So do not share with others. Yes. Yes, obviously, you are having 7 days of attendance, guys. You are the best. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that is the criteria. 2 days. Yes, today also we are going to share the attendance link. Please, we'll definitely try to answer all of your doubts and queries regarding recruitment process in tomorrow's interaction. That's what I'm saying. The eligible candidates will definitely get to know everything about the recruitment procedure tomorrow in tomorrow's meeting. So do not worry about that. I would like to request any one of the technical members to keep the attendance form in the comment box. Please do that from me. Is WhatsApp group continues? Yes, that's a good question, Surya. Tomorrow, for tomorrow's interaction, the WhatsApp group, there will be no updates in WhatsApp group. That's what I'm saying. In WhatsApp groups, there are everyone are in the WhatsApp groups. But now you will get the link through mail so that you will be qualified. You are eligible. So there will be no updates in WhatsApp groups regarding tomorrow's interaction. You will definitely directly get the meeting link through mail, and we'll try to message you through personal messages. So do no need to worry. Sorry for being late. Yes. Are you guys pretty excited now? If I talk for 10 minutes, will you listen to me? Are you having the same excitement, the same gene which you are having in the very first day of the Tech First 2.0? Yes, that's what we need, guys. That's what we need. That's what we engineers need. The gene to learn something. Yes. Thank you everyone for making this Tech First 2.0 very successful event. Thank you everyone.
Venkatesh, if let me take one question for these. Okay, if you were on our places, if you guys were conducting this workshop, what extra would you have been done? But this was the perfect workshop according to you. Am I audible?
Yes, Mr. Priyansh, you are audible.
Clear,
Guys,
clear mode. more doubts, you can ask Aditi. We will definitely. I will clear. GD rounds would have been better. This is a workshop, not interview.
Uh, Maybe if I would have been at that place, I would have shared some resources, and I would have allowed the students to start learning from the very first day, and from the very first class which we took. Like from if it was about robotics, I would have shared some resources about robotics that go and start taking classes, and or maybe some simple assignments, or to go and search about it and learn about it. So like that.
Uh, See, the motive of this workshop was to give you awareness or give you some idea of what all exists in the field of robotics. In this also, we are not going to force you or we won't command you to do anything. It's up to you. You need to go and search. Okay, if we have shown you something, then this is your duty to go and search that thing. We won't be commanding you, or it's not like class. I told you, right? It's a it's a risk organization, so we won't be commanding you. We are not your teachers. We are your just seniors. Okay. Okay. I will. We will take your feedback also. No worries. Um, yeah. Anyone having more questions, or we should end this? You can ask any questions right now. You are having a platform right now. Maybe tomorrow some of like our seniors, fourth year seniors won't be here. Maybe you don't know. You are, as you are still, don't worry about certificates. You will get it. Don't worry about these questions. We will see. I was busy today, so I was not able to. We will have it in next upcoming week, evening or next Saturday, Sunday. Best place to get on parts, you can search on robo.in, robo elements, robo cart. You can search it there. Generally, if you will search on Google, you will get this site as the first link. AI ML sessions. Yeah, we will have one hacking and ML. We will give you brief on the same day. Any questions more, or we should end this workshop? See, guys, this is the last day. Now, even till today, you are not asking your doubts. Then how to join this organization? I think Venkatesh has already told this right now. If you are having 2 days of attendance, you will get a mail and everything that will be discussed tomorrow. No, no one is having any doubt. I am surprised. In my workshop, I was full of doubts. Great, you guys are not having any doubt.
Okay, we will do it this way. Whoever do not have any doubts can leave. Whoever have only any such kind of doubts can stay in the workshop.
Yeah. How does risk operate in college? We have classes from 9 to 5. Then after 5, we generally go to labs and work there, depending upon our projects, how much time it takes, and we will manage it like that. How we will meet? Uh, how will the non-hostlers work? Who are staying outside, they can like get a special permission and they can stay inside university till 7 or 8, depending upon the requirements. Then how to manage your studies. After 8 or 9, you will be free. Then you can go to a room and study. Why are there robotics projects competition IITs? Yeah, yeah, bro. There are competitions in IITs and NITs. Can I do this online? What you can do online? Bro, you guys are not having doubt, and I think I will also leave. I'm having some work. Are we going to compete with universities from other countries? Yes. When we went to IIT Bombay, there were teams from I think 38 countries. How to be updated about such competitions? When you start making projects and start looking on internet, um, you will get automatically updates, and your recommendations will change. Google recommendations and everything, you will start getting the links and everything. Please tell us such websites to learn. YouTube is the best place from starting. We are saying start from there, bro. How to create new ideas? See, I also don't know the answer how we create new ideas. It just comes to our mind when we see our problem statement. Please reference the YouTube channel for YouTube. It depends, Shivam, what you want to learn. If you are looking for Arduino, then there will be some channel, and if you are looking from other Fusion 360, then there will be other channels. So just ask for.
Fiance,
Yeah.
Bhaiya, you are from CSE, so I will like to ask that Bhaiya, what is the good some list of videos that where we can learn Android development like and web developments? Actually, I took a web work on Android development and workshop, and in that workshop we were told about some basic using Flutter, and I
Okay.
found myself interested in that.
Bro, you can message me personally. I will give you a number of my friend. He is actually working on Android development, because I am not in this department of web development or app development, so I don't know much about it. You can message me personally.
Okay, bhaiya.
Give you a number,
Yeah, bhaiya.
my friend. Have you done some projects on Arduino? And
Okay, bhaiya.
yeah, definitely. Is ECA good? Then mechatronics, each and every branch is good. Yeah, who is this tech build? You can come on stage and tell us about yourself. You are having a great knowledge.
Thank you. I'm having interest in all of these topics since several years, and from the internet I came to learn about all of these.
That's good. You can continue, and you will have a great future ahead. I am Kushagra, studying mechatronics. I think if you guys are not having any questions, then we will end this meeting. Okay, I think Venkatesh, you can end this meeting. No
Thank
one.
you so much, Mr. Priyansh. So, guys, this is the end of TechFest 2.0. Thank you so much for everyone who attended this session. Thank you for contributing and for sparing your time on Sunday also. So I request everyone to kindly leave this meeting. Utkarsh Mishra. If you are not having any types of doubts, you can leave the meeting. Utkarsh. Thank you. ఇంకేందన్నా
వెళ్ళిపోయిన తర్వాత ఎవరికి థ్యాంక్ యూ చెప్తున్నాను.
వెళ్ళిపోయిన తర్వాత ఊరికే ఏదో థ్యాంక్ యూ అలవాటు అయిపోయింది అన్న అలా.
వెళ్ళిపోయిన తర్వాత థ్యాంక్ యూ అంటున్నా వాడికి మెసేజ్ పెట్టరా వాట్సాప్ లో.
అన్న ఏందన్న వాడు వెళ్ళిపోయిన దానికి మనం థ్యాంక్ యూ పెట్టడం ఏందన్న కామెడీగా. ఇంకా అసలు ఇంకా అసేపు అయితే వాడు లీవ్ అవ్వకపోతే షణ్ముఖ్ కన్నా తీసేస్తాడు అన్ని.